Okay, we moved from bench lands. Mom and Dad and Auntie Elsie and Uncle Dennis moved houses out from Calgary and put them up just up top of the hill here. And we moved over from benchlands in 1976. So they could work on the houses. And Mom and Dad and I lived in a little shack that had been built for the Boy Scouts. It's up near Treetop Kennels here. I think it's still there. Anyway, we lived in there for a few months while Mom and Dad were finishing off the house and getting it ready to move into. And Auntie Elsie and Uncle Dennis moved into Sandy Jamieson's house down the road here with my grandma. So that was 76 when we moved there. I actually graduated from high school while we were living in the old shack with no running water and no electricity. I did get my hair clean. I was around for a while. I think it took me 3 tries to move out permanently. But I wasn't around too much longer and didn't get back here. Reed and I moved back right here into this house in 1990, so a few years in between off doing other things that I'm not going to tell you about. We moved here when our eldest son was 6 months old, and it wasn't much longer before there was computers and things like that, and there weren't any neighborhood kids here, so it was just the 2 of them. And sometimes when they were little they did stuff together outside and whatnot, but as they got older there was other things to think about. They were playing computer games and getting rides to town to be with their friends and things like that. A little different.
You guys had the alpacas?
Well, we had alpacas and the kids helped with that. We raised alpacas for about 11 years. And towards the end, I was paying them to go do the chores. They're actually mainly, their purpose in life is to produce fiber, but there still isn't a real industry for the fiber yet in Canada. And so mainly at that point they were for breeding stock. We would raise them and sell them for breeding stock. And Reed worked on a fiber co-op that was trying to get going, and it lasted for several years. And then after we got out of alpacas, apparently they packed it in and there is no such thing anymore. So I really don't know what their purpose is if people can't get a fiber co-op going. You have to do something with the fiber, otherwise the animals don't have a purpose in life. Yep, Mom and Dad and Auntie Elsie and Uncle Dennis lived just on top of the hill here. They were on half of the quarter section that Dad and Jack McGregor initially bought and shared. Jack took the half where Treetops is, and Dad took the southern half, and then he split it in half and sold the 40 to Dennis and Elsie. And so everybody lived up there, and that's where I was until I flew the coop. And yeah, they continued to live there until Mom and Dad built their little house over here. It was about 1999, 2000. 99, 2000, yeah, and moved in over here and sold their place on top of the hill. Dennis had passed away. Elsie had already moved to Cochrane by then, so we were then all down here, and Mom passed away in 2001, and Dad still lives over there.